Good afternoon, Backloggery. Last week I was planning to do the comment system this week, but I forgot mildly important part of the multitap was the actual multitap page. So yeah, I've been doing that instead. Pretty simple. You can finally see how many people you are following and how many people are following you. This is unlimited currently. I'll have to put a limit on the actual number of people shown on a page at a time. But other than that, I don't believe there's any reason why I will have to limit the multitap in any way this time. Pretty simple. If you want to see who is following you, you can click there. These kind of expand and contract to fill in the space allowed. They kind of only fit a width of 2, but they'll tile down, as you might expect. And instead of having to go into your settings, you can unfollow and follow, well, not follow, you're already following them. But you can manage your multitap right from this page without having to go into settings. This was pretty easy to throw together. I just reused this component for this stuff here. So you can, check the networks or whatever of your followers. Anything you can do on their page, you can do from here. Since it was so easy, I try not to let the weekly update dictate what I'm doing too much, but it definitely has an effect. I think it's mostly been good. It's been very motivating, but it also makes me want to keep moving on to the next big update to have something to show rather than to go back and fix up little things and tweak. So since this was a pretty easy do this past week, and I was already not going to be able to make much progress on the comment system, I went back and fixed up a lot of little things I've been meaning to get to. There's still a lot more I need to get to, but it's something. Probably good to have a week like that every now and then. So if you remember, clicking these buttons used to move. It jiggled a little bit when you clicked it. It's kind of hard to tell with the other part popping in. But now it just depresses nicely. And if you spam the follow button, it doesn't error out anymore. So yeah, little things like that. This is by no means done, but I also started to go into the add game page and update it to use the view front end. And this used to be its own separate form. But now I was like, well, you want to be dry when you're programming. This is a very age-old concept. Don't repeat yourself. You want to reuse stuff. So if you change something, you only have to change it once. I was like, how can I be dry with the current game editing interface? When you're editing a game here, you got all this stuff, you save your update, blah blah blah. I love the little spinny metal. And then, but that's not adding a new game. The adding the new game used to be a whole different form. And I'm playing around with what if it doesn't need to be? So my concept is that, the same layout, but it's a blank game. And, I'm still deciding what default options I want to show, but when you're adding a game, you usually aren't messing with the rating or the difficulty or online information. Maybe online information, but that's rare that you even use that field. So I probably will keep the progress note visible, since if you want to add a little note about your game, that's usually where people will do it. But I want to make this, and this doesn't do anything yet, but I want to make it where if you type in a game and you hit save, where this contracts and the game info pops up here and this slides off, and then another one slides in. So if you without reloading the page, it's all Ajax. So that way, especially if you're a new member and you're adding a bunch of games, it kind of gives it like an assembly line feel. It gives it a little flourish, makes it feel a bit nicer. But it's, you know, just a fun little animation, even if you're just adding a game or two. But yeah, that doesn't do anything yet. And I don't think I've shown it, but let's get rid of Laser Blast. Like if you're deleting it, I used to have a little animation where the game itself would just kind of shrink in on itself and fade out. And I changed that to sliding away off the page like that. So it'll slide right when you're adding a game, slide left when you delete a game. Yeah, I think that's about it. I probably added a few other little touches and fixed a little here and there, but that's all I can think of off the top of my head right now. So yeah, next week I'd like to finish that add game thing to see if that works. Hopefully it does, and if there's time, I will get going on the comment system. So yeah. Also, it's been like this whole time. I don't know why my cursor shows up as black on the screen. It's not. I actually have it inverted in Windows, which is nice, because if you're on black, your cursor turns to white. If you're on white, your cursor turns black, so you can always see it really easily. I guess OBS doesn't like that. Who cares? Thanks for supporting. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you would like as the default things here. And I'll catch you guys next week.